Girls that pee all over a public toilet seat and don't clean it. How and why? I'm a proud hoverer who always cleans up her mess now. It blows my mind that this comment section is mostly ripping on women that hover. Meanwhile, why on earth would you sit your bare genitals on a public surface? Do you have any idea how many bodily fluids cover that surface daily? Never mind all the other weird shit that people do. Of course it isn't going to give you a disease or get you pregnant. But come on. I feel like it should just be common sense. And we should just finally design a female standing toilet lol. I'd care about girls. I know a men's side to it. I'm homeless so I use public ones often. A lot of it is drunk high PPL. Shit on the floor, on the walls, skid marks leading to the door. Full rolls of toilet paper stuffed in the toilet with someone's clothes. Burnt walls somehow ... Junkies do a good part of it. But I imagine if it's something as innocent as piss all over the room, might be just girls not wanting to take that sit. Many female students come from overseas and are used to using squat toilets or holes in the ground. They therefore assume that you squat on the toilet seat. The result being that pee goes everywhere. They don't clean up. Because that is not what they do at home, and I have it on good authority. They don't wash their hands either. They are nursing students BTW. I know a woman who will visit our house and do exactly this. She is a larger person, about 350 pounds. My guess is that where she sits on the toilet is not quite the average spot due to her size. Every time she comes over, their pie is running down the seat and toilet. Made me realize that fat people have a lot of shit to deal with, that it would be nice if they cleaned up after themselves. Theft, not an issue for me. I can do all kinds of super fancy talented things like pee in the toilet or put on lipstick without a mirror or walk down the stairs in the dark. Even chew gum and walk at the same time ... Men that pee all over a public toilet seat and don't clean it. How and why? You've been using that same equipment your whole GD life. How is easily explained. Hair. Labia misdirect the stream. But not cleaning up after yourself. Horrendous jerks. Sometimes you hover over the toilet because some pigs before you pissed all over the seat. Not just women but men too who are too lazy to lift the lid. Hope that a lot more toilets get equipped with stuff to disinfect the toilet. I cover the seat in TP. Or the seat covers they supply in the stall. I used to carry seat covers in my purse. I don't really use public restrooms unless I'm traveling. Drives me bonkers are ones that don't flush while leaving the seat covered in piss. If you leave public restrooms a mess, I can just imagine what your home bathrooms are like. Ooh. They foolishly believe that touching a dry toilet seat with the skin of there, it will cause them to catch some life-threatening disease. So they hover instead of sitting down. So they pee all over it. Why? Because they're disgusting people who can't be bothered to take a piece of toilet paper and wipe the seat after themselves. I don't do it at home. But I always hover on public toilets. The female anatomy does not allow for precision aiming of the stream. Unfortunately, occasionally, there is some on the seat. I always clean it. But as to why some don't, I don't know. Inconsiderate, entitled assholes, maybe. Squatting and hovering. It's not all germaphobe stuff either. Apparently it happens heaps in backpacker places because a large amount of people are used to squat toilets, and they have to put signs up to stop people from doing it. They also end up with lots of broken toilet seats. Because someone else will. P.S. This is urgent note. I don't say this. So take it out your head, and if you mention this to me you will be blacklisted. And if that's to racist, then you will be black removed, now called whitelisted to not be racist. But the same rules apply. How? They stand. When I was growing up we had a live-in maid whenever she uses the toilet. She spray piss all over the seat and floor lol. My mum later discovered she was standing to use the toilet and had to teach her how to properly use the toilet. My first job when I was 15 was washing dishes in a small restaurant. One of my tasks was to clean the bathroom. I always assumed that the men's bathroom would be filthiest. Oh boy, was I wrong. I'm still haunted by what I've seen in the women's room. Wow. When I see this, there are 233 answers to a question addressed directly to girls that pee all over a public toilet seat and don't clean it. I don't care about the how and why. I just click to see who those 233 girls are. I just grab some TP, put the seat up and hover. I've seen too much pee on the seats to consider sitting, even with the covers if they're available. I wouldn't consider myself a germaphobe, but public bathrooms are nasty sometimes. They're the uneducated ones who think you'll catch something off the seat. I have friends in their 40s who don't believe in using public toilets and will literally hold it or not drink till they get home to their own toilet. I had a job at the movies. When working as an usher, you have to clean restrooms. Never thought the women could pee on the seats more than men. I just started raising all the toilet seats since no one used them anyways. Uncultured skanks without a father figure in their lives. Being fatherless is the primary culprit in 90% of situations why you wonder another person is either completely useless or has nothing to offer. Well, if men on the floors in front of the toilets and stuff and not clean it up, why do we have to clean it up if we pee in the toilet seat? I'm being sarcastic before anybody jumps all over me. Yes. Why my college roommate did this for 2 years. Our second year we even had a bathroom to ourselves. I was constantly wiping piss off the seat. Did she not realize what she was doing? I'm so tired of women's bathrooms, it's disgusting. Pee everywhere. The smells and shit stains. I was in one the other day, and the shit was sprayed on the back of the walls. How? Why? The dirty seat pissers are afraid of catching something through their thighs from the other dirty seat pissers. ETA was a dirty seat pisser for a short time in high school. Public toilet seats should have springs that keep them in the upright position unless someone is sitting on them. This seems like such a no-brainer. But I've never seen it. They hover, and they don't care. I also wonder how guys manage to pee all over the floor in front of a urinal. Are you guys standing 6 feet back from it or something? How? Squatting over it so I don't have to sit on another person's pee. Why? 'Cause it's not my pee, but a collection of the pee of the many women that came before me. I used to hover 'cause my sister told me you could get diseases, and as far as I was concerned at that age, she was a modern prophet. And I believe everything she said. It is a constant issue. I assume it's because they're new to perching up high and not letting their skin touch a seat. Their aim is off and they need more practice. I suspect it's a broken window theory problem. A toilet that's too dirty to sit on is also too dirty to clean up after using. The cycle continues. I have no idea. But checking in as someone who takes a big wad of TP and cleans up other people's messes, so I leave it better than when I found it. I worked in a restaurant in high school. The women's restrooms were always way nastier than the men's due to hovering. I hated cleaning them. I think that is hovering above the seat, rather than sitting on it. I don't sit on public toilets or pee on them. It's just plain rude. I think the girlies who pee on the seats are people who hover instead of sitting down. But can't you wipe the seat off? It's common for girls to pee all over a public toilet seat and don't clean it. Next thing you'll say is that they fart. In my much varied experience, white women put down paper, black women squat over, and don't clean it. At least in the South. I remember reading comments from cleaners, janitors that they really dread cleaning the women's public bathroom. I think it might be the establishments you're going to. Maybe stay out of dive bars with drunk idiots. ITT comments from people who are not girls that pee all over a public toilet seat and don't clean it. Yes. I hate that so much. Almost as much as when I walk into a store and it looks like a murder scene. Here for the explanations. Because women's bathrooms are some of the most distressing places ever. I believe most of these women who are guilty of this hover and don't clean up after themselves. Every time I see pee on a seat, I question whoever did it. Like really, is it that hard to clean? Same reason that some men piss all over the place and don't clean it. Some people are assholes. At the very least, Wipe it off with toilet paper. You disgusting slobs. You know who you are. How hovering? Why, because the last person before them hovered and covered the seat in piss. At least we men pee on the floor and don't clean it up. I'd rather step on it than sit in it, because they simply don't give a fuck about anyone else that might need to use that toilet. Even if you hover, you can aim that tiny stream into the huge bowl. I don't get it either. Roast beef sprinkler systems aren't designed for accuracy. Sauce never touched a female. When I worked retail, women shitting on or around the toilet seat was a big issue. It's a secret plot to make sure you never forget the feeling of a warm, wet seat. One of my biggest pet peeves, such a gross and inconsiderate thing to do. Unless you have open soles on your ass, you don't need to hover. Skanky. It's when you see poo smeared on the walls of the cubicle. Just why? It's okay girls, we do that too. Our school bathroom smells like shit. If you sprinkle when you tinkle, be real sweet and wipe the seat. How I don't put my ass on the actual seat, but I do clean it up. If you sprinkle when you tinkle, be a sweetie, wipe the seatie. It's not always pee. Sometimes toilet flushes splash all over. Same group probably as those who shit on changing room floors. How do you even get piss on the seat? And I'm talking at home. Now I'm with you on the how, cause I'm also curious. Hover doesn't mean you have to spin like helicopter blades. As a male that's never heard of females doing this. LOL. Okay. But who the fuck is sitting on a public toilet seat?